You know what, Tim? I would say this interview's gone pretty well so far. I do have one more question, if that's okay.
Yeah, for sure. Sounds good to me.
Perfect, perfect. Okay, so go ahead and tell me, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Damn. I guess I don't know where I see myself in 5 years.
Ah, come on. I bet you can come up with something.
I mean, you're not wrong. I could come up with something right now, but if I'm being honest, it would be complete bullshit.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I mean, yeah, I could tell you what you want to hear. Like, I could tell you the generic answer of I want to work my way up in the corporate ladder, maybe have a house and kids, have a beautiful wife, make $1 million. I could say that I plan on having 1 million subscribers or drive a sports car, but the truth is, it would all be complete bullshit.
Okay then. I think we have everything we need. We'll contact you if we have any next steps, but thanks for your time.
Cool, sounds good. I think that went well, right?
Your boss, your father-in-law, the school counselor. I mean, it seems like every single person in this world wants to know your 5-year plan, and if you're anything like me, you've probably rehearsed some made-up answer to this question because you either don't know the truth or you're not actually allowed to speak your mind on it. In my experience, almost every single time I've been asked what my 5-year plan is, it's rarely acceptable for me to actually speak the truth. In an actual job interview once, they asked what my 5-year plan was, and deep down inside, my initial thought was, oh, I want to be working for myself, I want to be a famous YouTuber, or I want to be running this place, I want to be your boss. But I can't say that, that's not going to get me a job. But even if you're being honest, what are the odds that you even stick to that 5-year plan? At least once a week I lay in bed at night thinking about how we're just a bunch of water sacks living on a rock drifting through space. And this honestly scares the hell out of me. So I just watch TikToks instead. The thing is, goal setting is important. There's really no denying that. No matter how cool and nonchalant I'm going to try to make myself sound in this video, there will always be a need for planning and goal setting in our lives. The real reason why I contemplate life's existence before bed sometimes is because I haven't actually spent enough time thinking about what it is I really want from life. I don't really have a set plan or a goal. Actually, I should probably clarify that I'm not some crazy person. I do have goals. I mean, we all have goals, but the difference is I understand that the goals in my life are going to be constantly changing and growing alongside me. The truth is, in a lot of these cases, we don't see these changes until 5 years have actually passed, but just because we don't see them doesn't mean they're not happening. I used to be terrified of the uncertainty of life, to the point where I needed to have every second of my life planned out, otherwise I was doomed to fail. I mean, I would set my alarms for everything, and I would track every single financial decision I ever made, and I watched all the goal-setting motivational videos that were available to me on YouTube. But as time went on, I slowly started to realize no matter how detailed my plans were, not a single one ever turned out 100% the way I had planned it. I had planned to graduate college in 3 to 4 years, but then I developed the drug addiction and I failed out, and that wasn't part of the plan. I did plan to have 100,000 subscribers after 2 years of doing YouTube, and now I have less than 1,000, and I still don't know what I'm doing. Oh, you know what? I did plan to go to Japan, and I even got tickets for that, but then a global pandemic happened in the same year, and I definitely didn't plan for that. It seems like no matter how much time I spend developing all these plans, almost none of them ever follow through the way I expect them to. The funny thing about life is it doesn't care about your plans or your goals. Actually, that's not funny at all. That's actually kind of sad. As messed up as it may be, that's what makes life so exciting, because there's no way for us to know when we're gonna come to a fork in the road. Sometimes life just throws a wrench in the middle of our path and derails us completely, but now it's up to us to pivot and continue to grow. As I sit here and film this video, all I can think about is Tim from 5 years ago, who had these dreams and aspirations and this plan set up, but all I can say is sorry, dude, not even close. The truth is, a 5-year plan doesn't take most of the things in life into account. I mean, if you really follow a 5-year plan to every single detail, you'd probably end up doing something you don't like, because it's assuming that you never grew, you never changed, you never once strayed from the path that you created for yourself 5 years ago. Believe me, if I had followed through on my master's in accounting a couple years ago, I would be absolutely miserable right now. When I look back on half the things I created for myself, they weren't actually paths that I created for me, they were things I created to impress other people. But somewhere along the way, doors began to open and new paths began to open up, and they led me to where I really wanted to be instead of where I thought I should be. I recently watched a really good documentary on HBO called The Weight of Gold, and the overall goal of the film is to encourage discussion about serious mental health issues and challenges that even the world's greatest athletes face. If you haven't seen it, super good, highly recommend it. I can't give you my password, so you will have to subscribe to HBO, but there's a lot of good stuff on there. The reason why I bring this up though is because at some point in the film, athletes like Michael Phelps and Shaun White start to talk about what life is like after the Olympics. It's like their whole life has been tailored and customized to fit this overarching goal, and even if they follow their plan to a T and they win the Olympics, they win the gold, they still run the risk of feeling lost after achieving something that they've worked their entire life for. And I can't help but think, if Olympic athletes still feel lost after winning a gold medal, how am I supposed to feel when I can't even accomplish a fraction of that? I think we've somehow created this idea that success in our lives can only be measured one way. So what we do is we look for people that have seen this success, we try to recreate their plans, follow every step they took, and do whatever it takes to achieve similar results. Unfortunately, there isn't some one-size-fits-all plan and solution that we can use to achieve our life's purpose. And really, at the end of the day, most people don't even care how you do do it. If there's one thing I've learned from my life, it's that it's so easy to get caught up in these long-term goals and these plans that we create that we start to neglect the now. It's like you blink and 5 years passes, and even if you accomplish your goal, even if you followed your plan to a T, you start to realize that you've been so future focused that you forgot to enjoy the process. Now, I do want to clarify that I'm not making this video to say that following a path or achieving your dreams won't make you happy. I'm just here to remind you that following them and enjoying the process may provide just as much joy. But that's it. That's all I got for you guys today. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and hopefully moving forward, you won't be so hard on yourself. Feel free to do what I started doing and have short check-ins with yourself to make sure you stay on track, but don't let your plans consume you. That's it though. I'll see you guys.